Hi guys, as the summer comes to an end, we're now starting to focus our attentions plant-wise on autumn. So what I thought I'd do today is, just now it's a nice night, I'd just show you around the nursery really quickly, looking at things that can brighten the garden up for late summer and autumn, and then we'll also look at a few winter alternatives as well. We're going to look at a lot of these in a lot more detail in videos in the next few weeks. We're also going to do a tutorial on hanging baskets for winter, but right now it's just a quick scoop around the nursery, show you what's looking good. Okay, so first of all, ornamental grasses really come into their own this time of year. Okay, a lot of these are evergreen, they change colour through the season, they look brilliant when the cold weather hits them. Things like Imperator Red Baron with its beautiful red flush on the top of the leaves. Nice bright ones like Carex. This is stunning. There's a lot of different colours of Carex and it's a brilliant one for the winter. We've got Everest here, which looks fantastic next to Ulcinia rubra, the red and the silver. So grasses are a fantastic thing. They can be put in containers as well as into the border. All right, so that's one thing to look at when you're thinking autumn. Another thing which you really can't miss are heucheras. We must grow about 60 varieties of heucheras on here now. Heucheras are fantastic because they're evergreen. All right, my favourite one over here is Forever Purple. So they're evergreen. The foliage changes colour. In the spring they become a lot more brighter, a lot more hues of pink come out in the centre. In the winter you get more steely colours like the deep purples and the silvers. White flowers appear above them in the summer, and they're brilliant just to put into containers at the front of a border where it's shady. There's a vaster range of colours, but this Forever Purple, if you get a focus on that, is stunning. And if we put a silver plant with that, so we'll bring it over here, the one called this beautiful Silicio Angel Wings, which is just round here. Start to get a real good foliage contrast, as you can see. Those two planted together in a winter container or a border look amazing. They'll stay there all year round, but they come really into their own this time of year. Okay, moving on, we've got some really nice late flowering perennials. So if you don't want to think about winter yet and you're thinking, you know, let's get the rest of the summer, we've got an Indian summer at the moment, then look no further than these perennials. We've got things here like Leucanthum and banana cream. That's fantastic. That flower's late, masses of cream flowers. The Rigeron carbensis, this will just form a carpet of pink and white flowers, and it'll flower right through to about November time. We've also got a fantastic perennial called Indian Summer. I'll show you around this way. Indian Summer, nearly sold out now, but we'll have more next year as well. This one's fantastic because it's got these beautiful orange flowers with a spotted throat, dark foliage, and it's dead easy to look after. So that's a great one for late summer colour. Another one for late summer, if you follow me around here, is the anemone. The Japanese anemone is lovely for shade. So we've got different colours here. This is a white one on Orange Jobert, grown to about 3 foot tall. Just about to start flowering, so it's really at its best at the minute. And little Permina down here doesn't get quite as big as on Orange Jobert. Lovely pink flowers, and they're great. Shady spot, autumn colour, look no further. Okay, so as we turn our attentions to winter, we can start to think, I'll just show you down here one more thing before we move on to winter. Hydrangeas. So hydrangeas are now coming into their own because they're holding the flower colour. They'll look great until about October, November, and then they'll hold the flowers, and then you give them a prune, and then in early spring and away they go again. So these will flower really late. We've got a lot of different colours. There's one here, just interesting one. This one's called Rembrandt. This one starts green, goes to pink, and ends up as a deep burnt red. That's stunning, that one. Right, moving on to winter then. All right, so in the winter what we're looking for is interest in either the berry, the foliage colour, or a flower. Something to brighten up those dark days. So we've got loads of different evergreen shrubs, as you can see on these benches here. A lot of them do things throughout the winter. This is a new one that's just arrived in, and basically it's a cranberry. Vaccinium fireballs. It's evergreen, it's dwarf, gets a little white flower in the summer, then it produces this beautiful edible berry in the autumn and winter. That's a really good one. Another great one for winter is this little dwarf evergreen, Skimmia japonica rubella. So this is a male clone, all right? It means it doesn't form berries, it forms flowers that look like berries. Then when it flowers in the spring, it will pollinate any females that are about to produce an abundance of berries on them. So this is a good one, a good standalone little shrub. You can buy it all sizes for pots or for a shady spot in the garden. But then you've got these. These are the real crowning glory of the skimmias. These are the females, or the hermaphrodites. There's male and females in one plant basically, and they get masses of these flowers that are going to turn really bright red through the autumn and winter. So if you plant a rubella with one of these, you're going to get a really good show on this one. All right. If you don't put a rubella in, you'll still get a good show. Right, moving over. We've done a few nice shrubs there. So winter baskets and containers, what's available for colour now? Let me show you. So the first thing are obviously your winter pansies. Winter pansies, this is one called a Colossus blotch mix. It will flower right through the autumn and winter and be at its best next May. Then we sell things like petiolas, which are a cross between a viola and a pansy. As you can see, more compact than a pansy, but the flowers are slightly bigger than a viola. They come in a whole range of colours. We also sell violas, again in mixed colours. We also do the trailing violas, which will cascade in baskets. Other things you can use that will give you colour, things like the Bellis daisies. Okay, the Bellis daisies are just starting to flower now. Okay, these come in all different colours. And obviously your wallflowers. Now wallflowers can be bought in packs or in bags. These dwarf ones are good for the centre of the pots, and they'll stay green through the winter, flowering very early spring. So that's your main areas of colour. Other things you can use are cyclamen. Let me show you those. So these are great because you don't get a lot of pinks in the winter with your pansies and your violas, it's more blues and yellows. You can buy packs of 4 cyclamen here at £3.99, or you can buy individual colours at 4 for £6. The cyclamen will give you that bright flushy colour. It's got a lovely silver leaf. And these are a hardy variety called Miracle, so these will stay in your baskets and tubs. If you get a very, very harsh winter, they may take a battering. But on the whole, last 2 winters, they've been absolutely brilliant, flowered right through. So once you've got your colour worked out, now you've got to think, what else am I going to put around it? You can use heathers. Now these are the Marmite of heathers. These are coloured heathers. They've been dyed with a vegetable dye. Some people love them, some people hate them. They'll give you a really bright, flushy colour. Great if you're theming pots. If you don't like that look and you think it looks a bit artificial, then move to the Kalunas. The Kalunas are brilliant because you get a really good big plant for your money. £3.99, 3 for a tenner for these. All different colours, they'll flower right into the winter. After these you go on to Ericas, which flower from January through to March. All these plants here can be used in your winter tubs and containers. This is my favourite plant right here. This one is called Gaultheria procumbens, and if you could smell through this film now, you would smell germaline or wintergreen oil, because that's what this plant produces. It's evergreen, it gets red leaves in the winter and lovely berries through the winter. So that's a great plant to put in a container. Another one is Penetia, again big red berries. You've got all your evergreen shrubs here like your euonymus, winter cabbage, conifers, and then this little grass here really brightens the winter up. Bright yellow grass, this is called Carex genica. All these can be mix and match. They're £2.99, 4 for 10, or £3.99, 3 for 10. All these are on Newgate Direct and can be bought for collection or delivery. Another little one, which I think is fantastic, is this brand new one. This is called Euonymus White Spire. And white spire will just grow straight up, evergreen. Great if you put some nice blue violas or pansies around it. So all those plants can be used with your spring bulbs. Get those in the pots, put something evergreen in the centre, colour around, and then all you need is something to maybe trail and soften the edge of the pots or the baskets. For that you use ivy, but also these over here. So over the years we've developed a range of plants that are very tough, will spread or trail, and will either smell nice or look nice. So we've got a variety of thymes. This is silver thyme. That smells great and will hang down instead of an ivy. We've also got this one, which is a really interesting plant. This is Calicephalus. It's a really wiry silver plant. It'll spread through the arrangement and just give you that splash of silver. Another one that's a great one to use is Creeping Jenny. Creeping Jenny will trail It gets yellow flowers in the spring and summer, but it's there mainly for its yellow foliage through the winter. Other things we can use are Hydrangeas. It's black leaf, stays like that all winter, gets blue flowers in the spring. There's a rainbow coloured one, and there's also Lamium, which is the white, silver, almost like a nettle leaf. All these mixed with your flowering plants give you a right good display for the winter. Right, so the next video will be about how to put that together and make the arrangement. We'll give you some ideas, and then we'll move on to shrubs for winter and shrubs for autumn. So keep watching. Thank you.